How do you feel about like expensive things or tools to be used in the church, like a solid gold cross or crucifix, the little fancy oil dripping thing that they have that they hang on chains, or like smoke for incense or whatever it is, or like expensive like silks or clothing garments for the church leaders and stuff like that? Because I mean, granted, you could always just grab a burlap sack. Yeah. Actually, burlap's expensive. Never mind.
Yeah. I think that there's expensive things that the church owns, possesses, or uses. So there's some things, because of our economy and just because of the price of things, there's some things that are just expensive. When we came here, when I first came here, there was a sound system. It was a decent sound system. We used it for a long time. But we have also another ministry, another gathering that happens here on Sunday afternoons, and we shared the soundboard. With the soundboard that we had, for our service, for our time, things were set a certain way. When the other gathering came, they had to change everything because they do their sound a little bit different. So they would have to move wires and change knobs. So we invested in a more expensive sound system that we didn't have to do all those changes between services. Microphones. When I came here, we had we had some wired mics and some wireless microphones, but they were a less expensive brand, and we were having a lot of trouble with them. So we upgraded to a more expensive brand, so that we didn't have the difficulties that we were having. We went from having older pew-style seating to new seating that was more expensive, and an expense that, I apologize if that hurt you.
I missed the pews. Bring the pews back everywhere. You can have padded cushioned pews. I'm sorry.
Well, and we looked into the price of repadding them, because here was the issue. They were orange. The carpet was orange. It was just...
Yeah, John told us about that.
I have pictures. But anyway, so we upgraded those things. So I believe some upgrades and some expenses, although we could do without them, in the long run, they help. And we can debate all the carpet, the pews, and all that. So some things, there's an expense there's justified expense. For me, to hang a gold-plated or a solid gold crucifix or cross, when our neighbors are starving to death, when our neighbors can't pay their power bill, when our neighbors don't have gas to go to the grocery store or food to feed their children, to me, that's ridiculous. And when there's so many people that haven't heard the gospel, and there's so much that money can go to reaching people and helping people. And then you mentioned the ornate things that are used for incense or for water, and I'm not even sure what all that stuff is. I know where you're going, but I'm not sure what all that stuff is. I think a lot of that is waste, and I'm going to save a lot of that for our Catholic Day.
Okay.
I just think that there's more important things that we can do. So let me say this, since we're here. We do receive giving, offerings, and many people tithe, and we do receive those in our services. Nobody's obligated to do that. I believe the New Testament teaching is for anybody that wants to give. They should give because they want to. They should give an amount that they've determined between them and God. And they should do it cheerfully. Don't give because you have to. Don't give because I say it's time to give. Give because you want to give. Give because God's laid it on your heart to give. So we don't pressure anybody to do that. And other than normal operating expenses, anything that comes in through that is then turned around and used for ministry outside of this church and outside to help people and to spread the gospel. And we make all of that accounting available. to those that attend here. I'll leave that there, I guess. You can be free, and we're here to help.
Praise God!
I'm about to preach.
The question I should have asked the first time